Hello, everyone, and hi, Stefan.
Hi.
Thank you so much for accepting the invitation to participate in this podcast.
Thank you for
I'm pretty
having me.
sure we're going to have a very interesting conversation
That's right,
and
yeah.
find out more about you, your career choices.
Yeah, my career
Okay,
choice.
so I have already got a chance to have a little chat with you before we started the podcast, but I would like you to introduce yourself one more time.
So, my name is Stefan, as you just mentioned. I am a developer and now a lead on one of the projects here at TeachMeCode. And I've been in development for the past 7 years. Some of my biggest interests here are trying to build something new and trying to build something really impressive and advanced for the future generations to use. So yeah.
Sounds very nice.
Thanks.
Tell me, please, you said that you've been coding for the past 7 years,
Yeah.
correct? You have an experience of 7 years. How old were you when you start?
Well, when I say 7 years, it's professional coding.
Okay.
But when I really first started, it was when I was 12 years old.
You were 12.
I was 12, yeah, for 14
What
years.
motivated 12-years-old boy to learn coding while everyone was kicking the ball outside in the yard?
Actually, no, I was always an introverted kid.
Okay.
And I've been using computers since I was 6 years old. One of my biggest...
6 years
yeah,
old?
I was 6,
Okay.
yeah. I tried a couple of things, but coding kind of was my passion in the end. I found myself there, as it was the easiest way to build something quickly and have the results, have it being used. But yeah, 12, I already knew that I wanted to study computer engineering.
At 12, you
Yes,
already knew
yes,
you want to study
yeah,
computer
yes.
engineering. This is very impressive for a 12-years-old kid to know exactly what direction in life he wants to take, because I believe a lot of adults are very lost nowadays.
Yeah.
So tell me, please, I want to know more. How, for example, how developed is programming, the IT industry in general in a country that you're from? You're from Serbia,
I'm
right?
from Serbia, right.
Yeah, so how developed this industry it is?
I would say Serbia is pretty tech advanced when it comes to software. We are one of the biggest countries of like software providers, and in general,
Yes,
it's
okay.
really big in the past. It got really big in the past 10 years. To be honest, when it comes to studying computer engineering, when it comes to working there, you have everything. I wouldn't say it's the best place in the world, of course, but it has a lot of advantages where you have the ability to learn a big scope of stuff and become an engineer. So, as I mentioned in one of my earlier interviews, there's a difference between a coder and an engineer. A coder is just someone who can type code, but an engineer is someone who figures out and finds the solution.
Who has the vision.
Who has the
Who has
vision,
the full
yeah,
picture
yeah,
of the whole project in general.
Yes,
That's
so,
a very nice point. Tell me, please, Stefan, if you could roll back the time, would you make the same choice, or would you, for example, choose a different career based on your experience right now, based on your, let's say, the level of a maturity since we...
I would have started earlier. I
You would have started
I would
earlier?
have started when I was 15. When I say earlier, I mean like professionally trying to just learn more and more and more. I would have started 15.
So you would still stick to the same?
Yeah, but I would not like go to traditional schools and learn there. I would really find schools who are specifically for software engineers.
This is my favorite topic right now.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the traditional education system, right? Because we have a lot of similarities between our countries in terms of the mindset, in terms of the, let's say, more a traditional conservative approach when it comes to education. I will talk about myself in a sense that, for example, it was mandatory for my parents that I would have a higher degree. Why? Because it positions yourself in a society. The more educated you are, it's like the more opportunities you will have. While I think this is not necessary, because again, at the university, what we do, we get more of a general knowledge, and let's focus on a little bit on the specific things.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So now, when we talk about TeachMeCode, because TeachMeCode is far away from a traditional way of, from a traditional educational system, and more into the developing the right skills
Yeah.
to match the job requirements, correct?
Correct.
So let's say back then, when you started the university, if you had, let's say, a similar establishment, same as TeachMeCode back in Serbia.
I would have begged my parents to go to
Seriously?
a school like this. Yeah, there were schools trying to be this,
Yes.
but not even close.
They weren't reaching
It's
the
just not it.
benchmark.
As I also said before, TeachMeCode here really has an amazing environment. It really pushes you to grow yourself. You have people around you who have the same interests. You have people who really want you to learn. We all know these professors who just do their jobs.
Exactly.
This is not it. This is people wanting you to succeed, wanting you to be better, and trying to build something with you and alongside you rather than just telling you how to do things and never care.
Thank you so much for your feedback, because this is exactly what we were trying to build. Because we were trying to build a community where you would want to, the first time you step in, you'll be fascinated by how everything is futuristic, how it's tech advanced, how everything is made to shape the best talent. And the fact that you have noticed that, and the fact that you have appreciated, honestly speaking,
Definitely.
it talks. I think we have achieved we nailed this.
You did, actually, you did. Also, like the vibrant colors,
tell me about it. How do you find that we have a different
the first time I
classes?
came to TeachMeCode was when it was in its still early stages. So I didn't see the fully finished product as it is now, the fully finished school. But when I started, I just saw one room. And coming into that one room, I was like, wow, this is huge. This is so nice. Like everything is...
It's thought through, right?
Yes.
The perfection is in the details. The beauty of the whole project is in details.
Even
I agree
trying
with
to
you.
find like bad things, you
No,
can't.
impossible. Impossible. Trust me. Like the level of quality that we were following in terms of everything, starting with designing the curriculum, choosing the people. As you know, all our instructors are the real life coders, developers. So it's one of the essential parts for us, because, I mean, who can teach you the trends of the market, the demands of the market in terms of the IT, if it's not the...
Better than someone who has experience in
Exactly.
it.
You have to take someone from the same pool. Well, I'm happy that the vision that we had, we were able to achieve.
No one had to tell me this. It's just how you feel when you come here. So
that's perfect.
It's coming from the heart, definitely.
Now tell me, Stefan, where do you see yourself, let's say, in 5 years? Because currently you are a team leader in the project, correct? I'm not going to ask you which project and what is the specifics of that project, in the sense that I want it to be like I think when is the right time comes, we will announce it in a very, very, like in a different way, you know, as it deserves to be announced, as every project that we're all working on, because everything that will come out of this place will be revolutionary for the market. But where do you see yourself in 5 years? Would you want to keep on doing the same thing, or would you eventually, for example, take a path into choosing your own dream and fulfilling it and creating, let's say, your own thing? And if yes, what's your plans?
Okay, so I could never tell you where I see myself in 5 years. I can only tell you where I see myself at the end, let's call it. So
the final thing,
yeah. So we all strive to have a nice environment, a nice living for all of us.
Yes.
But we also strive to leave a footmark, a print on the world, right? We want to change the world. Even if it's really small, we can all change it a bit. And trying to continuously build and find something that's going to really affect the world is where I see myself. Right now, we're working on projects which are really impactful. And I hope that in the near future, I would have more and more of these, which would have
leave a footprint.
A real footprint on the world where I can help out a lot of people. And like TeachMeCode is trying to help out young kids get into development and being these people, these world changers, I want to also build something that would go alongside TeachMeCode or
This is a beautiful
Yeah.
dream, because if I will tell you that how many, let's say, successful rich people you know that are not among us anymore, I'm not sure how many you will be able to name. But if I will talk about the innovators, the people, the people that have discovered something, the people that innovated something, the people that brought a difference to this world. I mean, we can go back to science, we can go back to, to many things. And you're right.
Yeah.
It's not at the end, it's not how much money you have earned, but at the end, it's what impact, what did you bring to this world?
I think you have two choices. You can change the world directly, so you can build something that's a new medicine, let's call it. Or you can teach new kids, new generations how to be better, and they themselves will change the world. So either work on the future through the kids, or work on it yourself.
I completely agree with you in a sense that I feel that our generation is very much responsible into raising the new generation, because they will define the quality of our life in the future. Yes, I completely agree. Even though I feel like a lot all these values are being left behind, but hearing that young people nowadays with a dynamic lifestyle are let's say, sharing the same vision of doing something for the future generation, I think it's not hopeless. We still have a chance.
I'm kind of semi-traditional, so I really try and push these things. So yeah.
Tell me, being a developer gives you an opportunity to work from anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah.
Is there a place in the world that you find like your perfect, let's say, a safe zone and like your dream environment where you feel like you will have all the inspiration, motivation to eventually fulfill your dreams?
Yeah, so I'm a bit different. Most people like summer places. They like beaches.
So you're not a Bali guy?
No, I want to be in a cabin somewhere in the open like space, maybe some winter outside.
In the cabin?
Yeah, in a cabin
Okay,
outside,
all
like
right.
somewhere north of here, let's say Scandinavian or something like that. But just be able to be by myself, see the world freely.
Now, I want to imagine it. Is it like, let's say, some closed terrace on top
I can give
of
you
the
some
mountain
exact
where
things.
it's snowing?
So it's like a closed cabin, but I want to see the world. So I want that to be like windows, mostly windows around me, and I'm just inside drinking my coffee, drinking my hot chocolate or something, tea, and sitting on my laptop coding. I have a cat and a dog with me. That's my dream, to have both. I want a cat and a dog.
Yes, yes.
And that's kind of how I see myself. I see myself as someone who's open-minded, but who also likes to go through it in a calm and normal manner. So that's what that environment brings to me. Yeah.
That's nice. When you picture it, it sounds like a perfect work environment. Tell me, please, are you ready for the challenges that the future brings with all this AI, with all this, the shortcuts,
I was scared of AI at some point. I was really scared, because what we see in the past 10 years is innovation not only becoming more and more relevant, is also everyone wants to be an innovator, and that's amazing. But at the same time, you get scared that someone might innovate something
steal
that
your
would
job?
not steal my job, but steal something that's human. But now that I've looked into AI more, I've found that we use it as a tool, and
It can't replace
it can't replace
can't.
humanity ever.
Nah.
So I always encourage even my own team, just use AI. Just use it to get your info quickly. And of course, if it's not correct, we can all talk to each other. We're not alone here. So there is no worry.
Optimize the timing, I guess.
Yeah, just to optimize.
If you use it in the right way, you can find a lot of shortcuts, right?
Yeah, you can definitely get something done much more quicker using it, and at the same time, using it as something to innovate. When you're trying to make other people's jobs easier.
Exactly.
So
in general, I feel like AI is more. It's an access to information rather than something that you should be scared of and thinking that, let it be as a challenge, as a push for you to discover and develop new skills rather than being scared of it and backing yourself off.
I remember a lot of people saying like 5 years ago, oh, why couldn't there be something where I can just type in my question and get my answer?
Well, you got this.
And when they got it, they started being scared because they're like, oh, this is too much. I wanted something less. It can't be half and half. It needs to be either what it is or nothing. So I'm happy that we have what we have.
So you are not scared
I'm
of
not
all
scared
this
anymore.
AI,
No.
humanoid robots, they will be replacing
It's just a shift. Everything's going to be a shift, and we need to adapt. And that's how I see life and development in general is we need to shift continuously to what the world brings rather than just staying in one place. And what people tend to do, they tend to close up and not open their minds to learning something new and becoming something different. So.
Maybe one of the reasons that, for example, this is happening because people don't know what's at the end of the road.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we still have to figure that out.
Well, this is one of the main points at TeachMeCode because we have thought through it as well in a sense that after helping the students to develop the right skills, preparing them, building for them a portfolio, preparing them for the job market, we decided to take more advanced step and like start attracting the partners and linking our students with them in the sense that to give them the end result or at least to guide them in the sense that you learn this language, like let's say you took this course, you adopted these skills, okay, but that's not where it ends. It's going to be just another skill that you learned and you don't know how to implement.
Yeah, I would say one thing is learning to code. Another thing is learning to do your job.
Like understanding what exactly is going to change, right?
Yeah. So in general, learning to code is easy for me, and I believe it's easy for everybody if they really put their minds to it. And with TeachMeCode, it's easier than ever. But then, of course, these opportunities that we want to have, that we want to go into and find a new job, these opportunities don't come easy. And if TeachMeCode provides them, then there's nothing.
Yes. Yeah. It's one of our main aims is to basically fulfill the market with high quality developers.
Yeah,
that's our main mission, and it would be amazing if over the year you will have more and more developers walking around the planet that belongs to TeachMeCode and that got their knowledge and they got their passion, let's say, or they got their first inspiration from TeachMeCode. I think that would be our footprint.
I hope someday I'll see TeachMeCode in my hometown in Belgrade.
Well, talking about that, do you think that there is a need for a TeachMeCode in Belgrade, let's say, or any other city of Serbia?
I would see the Balkans needing something like this because we have some things, as I mentioned, that are trying to be this, but it's still
outdated a bit.
It's still not. I wouldn't say outdated. Everyone can get updated on what's the latest tech, but the professors themselves and the people going to these schools, they don't really care about that.
I understand what you mean. Yes. I guess what you mean.
I want TeachMeCode to be a safe haven for people who want to be amazing developers and who want to use this chance to become.
Do you think Serbia is ready for TeachMeCode and shall be our next destination?
I think definitely. I think it's past overdue. It needs.
Okay, then Serbia should start getting ready for TeachMeCode because we can knock on your door anytime.
Awesome.
Stefan, thank you so much for being part of this podcast. As usual, like the conversations with you can go unlimited. I really appreciate the feedback that you gave, the experience that you shared, and I'm looking forward to have you over one more time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming again. And I have a small gift for you on behalf of TeachMeCode.
Thank you.
Basically, these are the welcome kits that we give to our potential students when they enroll with us. And I just want you to have one as a memory.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oops, sorry.
Oh, you want it here?
Please. Yes.
All right.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.